I was and I'll die.
Welcome to our group. Welcome to Defenders Defenders 7 and this on the show it right here.
Someone you know suffer from depression? If so, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Defenders VII Survival Saturday broadcast with your host, Lieutenant General Christopher Weathers, and I'm the General and your co-host, Bobby Ormsby. Welcome. Now, before we get on with our show, I need to read a disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on Defenders VII radio show and Facebook page are those of the callers and or authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Defenders VII. Again, welcome. I hope everybody has been having a good weekend. A little tongue-tied here, so please just bear with me. Now, for those of you new just tuning into our show, we are a humanitarian American patriot group, not a militia. You can check our website out by typing in lowercase letters www.defenders, Roman numeral V is in Victor, with 2 small i's.com. Now on our website you'll find we have a store and a donate button. 100% of all proceeds from sales from our store and any donations we bring in go back to our communities throughout all 50 states in a time of need, during disaster relief, shit-it's-the-fan situations, you name it. So please, by all means, buy something from our store or donate. Click that donate button. Every little bit helps. Help us to help you and our communities. That's the only way that we're able to do what we do here. Now, we can also be reached on our national Facebook page by typing in a search box, all capital letters, Defenders 7. That's Defenders, Roman numeral V is in Victor, with 2 large I's. Now, before you click on that join button, just know we expect all of our members and our future members to participate throughout everything we do in our group. We are not just a Facebook group or what people consider armchair warriors. We're here to support all of our communities and our members throughout all 50 states. Now, if you get in and you feel it's not right for you, you can always leave. No hard feelings. We can also be reached on MeWe by clicking on organizations and scrolling down to Defenders 7, Humanitarian American Patriot Group. And for tonight and all the shows we do on our Blog Talk Radio broadcasts, the number to call to participate. Everybody's opinion is always welcome. Don't feel that we would out you, because everybody's opinion matters. And that number to call, area code 914-205-5773. Again, number to call, area code 914-205-5773. Now, all of our shows that we broadcasted this week and last week, I'm continuing with is we have a sister company and group which is called We Can Bring You Hope, and I am a big part of that group also, with searching and trying to find families answers on their missing loved one or their deceased loved one. And right now, I need my Virginia people that are listening to check it out. If you know something, say something. Young Caitlin Atkins has been missing since 2015, and we just did a search last weekend. Found out a lot. But if you do, in the Spotsylvania, Virginia area, if you do know something, please contact either sheriffs there or myself or even the owner of We Can Bring You Hope. And that their Facebook page is WCBYH. And the owner is Michelle Bender. Very good woman. Very passionate. So please, if you're listening, reach out. Help share flyers. Do what you can. Thank you. Now I am going to bring in and turn the microphone over to your host, my second in command, Lieutenant General Christopher Weathers.
Good evening, everyone.
We also have Captain from Wisconsin, Lorna Munson.
Wisconsin. Get it right. Okay, show's over. I'll talk to y'all later. This is going to be an interesting show. Not only, one, because I'm driving,
and
but
you're handy.
I'm also in the worst part of this city right now. Anyway, I want to go over awareness of your surroundings and what is some good items that you keep in your vehicle. I know we've been over this thousands of times on awareness, knowing your surroundings. You know, pay attention. Who's around you? What's around you? Cars and vehicles in general, what's around you? And that goes along the lines with our sister group with Michelle Bender. You know, people you can help out. If somebody's in trouble, don't sit there and record it on your phone. Don't sit there and ignore it. People's lives are at stake. And knowing your surroundings could save your life and what you have on hand. Bobby, you want to add anything on this?
Yeah, I can. I mean, you pretty much summed it up, but, you know, that's what's important to the Lieutenant General and myself is trying to get everybody to participate so that we can train y'all to be able to survive and to thrive in your community, so you got something to teach your community people, especially defenders in your area. But because the way it's coming down, Lieutenant General and I both have been saying this since way before him and I started this group. And it holds true to I mean, you know, things are coming down, and it's only a matter of time. Only thing I wish was that I knew when it was going to happen, but it's...
Well, I think we all do on that.
Right. And it's just, it's mind-boggling. It's frustrating. And it's scary to some people. But this is true facts that we put out all the time.
Yeah, we don't get our stuff through the news media and that kind of outlet. We go to different sources. We have our own sources that we get information from. So,
yeah, we're not going at this blind. Believe me, by all means, we either check it out ourselves or we got people in what I like to call low places that we do get our information from. But, you know, it don't matter. Stop being a sheep. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to the Democrats and the Republicans. You know, fair's fair.
Right.
But, you know, make your own assumptions and do your research. That's all we do. I mean, except for Lorna, because you got to always have pictures for Lorna.
Right.
Yeah, and that's hard to find, dang it.
Well, okay, with awareness, one of the, especially, and this goes for even the women, when you're coming out of a store or whatever, don't hang your purse just on one shoulder. Hang it around your neck. People can rob you, and they can take it straight off your shoulder. Have your keys in between your fingers. That's a good weapon for punching somebody if they come to attack you. Pay attention. Who's around you? What do they look like? How are they acting? A ballpoint pen. Same thing as with the keys. It can be a weapon. Even a pencil can be a weapon. If you have a small pocket knife, pepper spray, you have to get too close to a person in order to get them, and it doesn't always work. I know for a fact, us veterans, we've been through gas chambers. Police have to get pepper sprayed and still function and fight. So pepper spray is not always your best thing. if you can, keep a can of wasp and hornet spray in your vehicle. It shoots out over 20 feet. It shoots out over 20 feet. That's a good distance to keep somebody away from you. If you have a knife or a bat, I have a collapsible baton, just like the police use, that I keep right next to my seat, including a knife. If you're not a conceal and carry. You always have to pay attention at all times on what and who is around you. Keep an eye over your shoulder at all times. Keep your eyes and your head on a swivel, as military terms goes. When you're at home, are you alone? Do you have kids? A wife? A husband? It takes everybody to pay attention, especially even at your own home. People get too comfortable in their own home and think, oh, nothing's going to happen. That's when it does happen. Windows and doors, are they locked? Do you have a security system? What if the power goes out? Your security system ain't going to work. Then what are you going to do? What do you keep in your vehicle if you break down on a lonely road? What happens if shit hits the fan and you're not at home? What do you keep in your vehicle? And I'm not talking basics like a small tool set, jumper cables, that kind of stuff. I know I said I was going to do a video, but I just haven't had time yet to do it on what I keep in my vehicle, because I go through my vehicle on the stuff at least every 2 months. Can I find something better? Yes. I keep paracord, 550 paracord, knife, fire starting material, fishing rod with hooks and sinker, with weights, extra clothes, food. I have, most people call them sawdust bars, but they're actually protein bars with potable water. I have bottles of water in my truck with me at all times. I also have a metal container if I have to start a fire and boil water to make it potable water to drink. I can. First aid kit, road flares. I also have a small tarp that I keep. Can anybody name anything else they could put in their vehicle?
Dead bodies.
Lorna? Bobby?
Dead.
Anybody?
Dead bodies.
I have I have a window breaker thingy.
A window breaker thingy. There's plenty of window breaker
breaker
thingies.
Yeah, everything's a thingy.
Oh my God!
You're a dinghy.
Here we go.
And it's on.
and hopefully, she doesn't hurt herself with the window breaky thingy.
Right.
I've only touched it like twice, so no, I haven't hurt myself yet.
No,
Well,
give it time.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it, and you won't hurt yourself.
Back away from the thingy.
Oh my
You
God.
see, people that are listening, we laughing is a good thing. I mean, you need it. I want to break in with a little something too that I had just got wind of as I was announcing the show. I need some huge prayers. They just took my my brother, my best friend, from the service to the hospital, and it's not looking good.
My prayers are with you, brother, and their family.
That's David McCutcheon. And Darlene, if you're listening, babe, please reach out if you need anything at all. You know I got
Exactly. You never know a situation until you've been in it, and a lot of these shit that we broadcast are very informative. You know, you never know when it could be you. And the way times are now, it could happen to anyone and everyone. Guy, woman, child, it doesn't matter. It can happen. And it can happen anytime. I do, Bobby, we still have that video, that training video I have that I did on stuff that to carry in the vehicle, right?
Yeah, all of our training videos are on our main Facebook page underneath the announcements. That's all the training videos that Lieutenant General Weathers has done, and also I believe we still have our National Medical Officer Kimberly PURVIS' stuff.
I believe we also have a few extras on fire starting, that type of stuff too. So
yes,
we have a lot of information that we have put out to try and help. And everything that we teach and talk about, you have to practice. You have to practice it all the time. Because if you don't practice and get it in your brain, you ain't going to know what to do in a serious situation. When you're scared and everything is happening so fast, you are not going to know what to expect and what to do. Practice the stuff that we are talking about and what we teach. That way it's embedded in your mind. Always stay calm. Calm is good. You never want to get excited, amped up, You want to stay calm all the time, but always be prepared. Practice with your kids also, because you're teaching them survival techniques when you're doing it yourself. That way they're always prepared also. You never know when you can get separated.
I got a shovel, and it's a shovel with a pickaxe on the other end in my truck. I'm digging through my truck. I couldn't remember.
Oh, my God, Lorna.
I told you, man, she's going to hurt herself.
You, of all people, should know. Every couple of months, go through your stuff. You might be able to find something to improve.
Oh, I got lots to improve in the truck. I don't have much in there.
I know that. You need a lot.
Yeah, we know you have to. We know you have to improve.
Well, I head out to my truck to go through it, and then I say, "Oh, look, mud puddle," and I got to go play.
See, so that really isn't a tan.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. This is bad. Here we are talking about awareness, emergency, and you want to go play in a mud puddle. Oh.
If
well,
it don't have pictures,
we do need to post it just strictly on her page. That way she can look at it every day. And pictures. Take pictures of everything.
Poor Lorna.
Oh, God help us. God help her.
God help us all.
Right. Especially around Lorna.
Oh, no. I do have a first aid kit in there.
Tomorrow's my day to redo my my go bag. In fact, I'm getting a new one tomorrow that's bigger and sturdier and a different design that I think will allow me to more easily and safely carry what I absolutely need to.
Okay, we just lost Lieutenant General Weathers. I'm sure he'll call right back in, so he might have went through a dead spot.
I finally managed to get to order a power station and solar panel.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's a small one. It's only good for maybe 10 hours, but but at nighttime, that's when, I need it for like my CPAP or, a little refrigerator. It's an emergency use thing. So
right.
I was considering getting something bigger, but then I'm like, you know what? I only really need it for emergency purposes. So let me get something that I can afford and easily pack.
Sure. And believe it or not, even as small as you're saying, they do handle a lot more than what they say they do.
Well, yes, this one does handle quite a bit, and it has, I think so it only has one AC outlet instead of two. I don't remember because it's literally small, but it does put out a lot. It can do a lot of different things. So I may wind up getting a second smaller one, for like a fan or whatever. But like I said, it's a small step, and, I'm concerned that something's going to go down sooner rather than later. So I figure this is better than nothing.
Yes.
Here's
very true.
Here's the thing.
There
though.
she is.
I guess I don't know what happened. I don't know. I lost connection or something. I don't know. Here's the thing about stuff for your vehicle. Have a medium-sized backpack to keep everything in that you possibly can think of. Number one, what if you have to leave your vehicle? So you have to obviously be able to carry this on your pack. With what you were talking about for a fan, do you really need a fan?
No. That's what I just got through saying. I only need an emergency thing, so I got a really small one. A really small power station for emergency purposes. Eventually, I may consider getting a bigger one for like fans and refrigerators and stuff. But right now, no, it's just an emergency thing.
Well, one, in emergency situation, power is going to be the last thing you're going to have to worry about.
Well, water is the first thing.
Right. Water, food, shelter.
I have one of those.
In your vehicle, if you're away, as I said, if you're away from your home and shit hits the fan, what are you going to do? You're not going to have everything that you want or need from your home. So you have to be prepared
because she relies on a microwave.
That and her thingy.
Her emergency braking thingy. But for food, she needs a microwave. Because she has to heat up what everybody else cooks for her.
Right.
Nobody cooks for me. I wish somebody would cook for me. I'm sick of cooking.
Oh, quit lying. We know.
With what, like I said, start out, if you don't have it yet, start out with basics. Everything that we mention in all of our videos, training videos, 90% of it is really, really cheap. You don't have to be rich to be able to get any of this stuff. A lot of people I know are on fixed incomes, but, $1 here, $2 there, you don't have to buy it all at once.
Exactly.
It's hard to find anything, period.
What's that?
Open your eyes.
There ain't shit around here.
Well, go somewhere where there is shit around there.
I ain't going to Minneapolis.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
I ain't going to Minneapolis or St. Paul. Screw that.
Okay, we just had Colonel Kimberly PURVIS call in. She's on here. She can't speak, thank God. I mean, I hope you're feeling better, Kimberly.
All right. Hello, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
You know, Bobby,
We
we're
love
going to
you,
hear
Jimmy.
this when in the staff room. You know that, right?
I'm looking at it right now. She just told me to bite her.
Oh, man, that's... You
I
might
can't
as well
do
lick
that,
your own
though,
ass.
because she'll fall in love.
You might want to lick your own ass before that, just to get the taste out of your mouth. But as
she said, don't make her call Lizzie.
Lizzie
Borden with the axe. I think that's better than
scared.
Sybil, though.
Her 10 personalities are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I can't stress this enough, though, as I said before I lost connection. All our radio shows, our training videos, you got to practice this. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention of your surroundings. If you go out to a restaurant, is your back to the door? How many mass shootings have there been since Biden's took office?
Yep, and they're still going on.
Right. You have, when you're in your work, at your work, are you paying attention of the doors? What's your escape routes?
They can't get into where I work.
Well,
they just
that's
had
the
a mass
first thing
shooting.
that Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They just had a mass shooting at FedEx of an ex-worker, former employee. You know,
and he
you've
was
got
a
to
fine,
pay
upstanding. He was a fine, upstanding community person.
Oh yeah. Tell that to the people that he killed.
Exactly.
You know, you've got to pay attention everywhere. At your work, your home, when you go grocery shopping, when you go shopping, period. When you go out to eat, it doesn't matter. Always keep your head on a swivel.
Kim just said, especially driving now, too.
Yeah. There has been, I know right here in St. Louis, I know of 7 different shootings on the highway from car to car. So even when you're driving, you've got to pay attention. Not having your
They're doing everything
phone
they
in your
can
hand.
to take our guns from us.
What's that?
I said they sure as hell are killing a lot of people to convince us to convince people that they need to take our guns.
Well, the thing is, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Unfortunately,
I agree.
This administration doesn't see it like that.
Nope.
But yet they have guns protecting them.
Way.
And the good guy will be going to jail.
They want to take they want to take the guns away from the police officers. So they want to take them away from us because we have the police. What do we need, to defend ourselves for? And now they want to take them away from the cops. So who then is going to defend us? Sorry, I'll keep my gun.
I don't have any guns.
I don't think that would happen if they would take the guns from the cops.
They did it in all the other countries.
Oh, did they
you
really?
didn't hear that mayor? Yeah, that mayor doesn't think that cops should be carrying guns. And Geraldo was saying, well, maybe they should put their gun on their non-dominant side and the taser on the dominant side so that they don't grab the gun first.
Okay.
You know, they think that police officers, that's what police officers are all about. Let me grab my gun and shoot this person.
Let me give you a little insight on that. And if I can find it again, Dan Bogano, who was ex-Secret Service agent, retired.
Special Forces.
He was Special Forces also. Having your gun on your non-dominant side, you're putting the handle of your pistol towards the combatant. That means they can easily get a hold of your gun and use it on you. So,
well, you know that. I know that. Anybody with intelligence knows that. But you're talking about progressives.
Well, not Geraldo Rivera, because he sounded like a moron.
Well,
he is a moron.
I know that.
He's a moron.
It's just like
the thing is,
going into anywhere. I don't care if it's stores or your job, whatever. Just to reiterate what Lieutenant General was just saying, I always look. That's the first thing I look for is exits.
right.
Now, if you constantly train yourself scoping out the parking lot when you approach, when you get out, when you go into the store, scoping the store aisles out. If you practice this every time, I don't care if you've been in the store 50 million times that week, because it's going to be that one time that you're not paying attention that something's going to happen.
And here's
So
another thing. You know, even pulling up in your own driveway late at night, when it's dark, do you just unlock your car, get out, walk up your sidewalk, and go into your house? Or do you pay attention what's around even your house? Because it, believe me, can happen anywhere. Anywhere.
Well, before my son moved in, I used to be able to tell if anybody's been here by the tracks coming up my driveway. But now I got so much traffic in here, I have no idea.
Plus our drones.
Right. We got to keep an eye on you, Lorna.
I know.
That way you don't hurt yourself.
I can't believe they've left me unattended for this long.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, and that's another good point that Kimberly just put up. April 24th is some jackass's way of demeaning women. April 24th is National Rape Awareness Month, and some people are saying that the 24th is National Rape Day. Women need to be careful. Right. These people are sick.
Well, there is a lot of sick people in this world. You really, for me to trust anybody, it takes a lot. I mean, a lot. Myself, I keep a very, very small circle. I don't go out in big crowds.
No, you
I
got
don't
three
like
people,
big
you,
crowds.
yourself, and you.
That's the person that you need to trust the most is yourself.
Right. Gut feeling, always act on them. My gut has never been wrong.
If you have a feeling that something ain't right, it probably isn't. And what are you going to do to prepare yourself if it isn't right? What are you going to do when you pull up in your driveway and somebody just sneaks up on you while you're trying to shut your door? Are you
Hit
prepared?
him with the window breaky thingy.
That thing's heavy. It would work.
For anybody that doesn't have a firearm, keep your keys between your fingers. Key will stick out of your knuckles at least an inch. Man, that'll put a hurting on anybody. Believe me. You have to keep and watch out for your own safety first. That is the number one rule of thumb. Your own safety. I know a lot of people that live out in the country, car breaks down on the back roads. Nobody travels. Well, who's to say somebody that stops, that does come, who's to say they're have good intentions on helping you or to hurt you? This is the kind of stuff you have to think about. Do you know this person? Do you really know this person? Stranger things have happened. Be prepared for it. Another good thing is always keep your phone charged. Always. They sell solar packs for your phone, charging stations. When the sun's out, it'll charge your phone. Or you can charge it in a wall plug. Little things like that can save you. Most phones have an emergency backup to where you can call 911 immediately, even if your phone's locked. A lot of people don't even know that it's there. You know, before you go out on your vehicle or on an adventure in your vehicle, even going to work, make sure your fluids are topped off. Make sure you have gas. How's your tires? That way you don't put yourself in that situation. Like I said, I keep a survival kit in my vehicle at all times. Kim also said, if you have Siri, all you have to do is say, "Hey Siri, call 911." That is if you even think about it. Right. Right. But then again, she could come back and say you're screwed. Right. But no, seriously, and you know, like we've always said, you know, take what's said on social media with a grain of salt. Right. Because but these different ways that people were putting out, that how these traffickers are getting women and children.
Believe me, it's true. I've been talking with an FBI buddy of mine, and he said that's all the new ways that these traffickers are getting these women and children is by, leaving a business card on your windshield wiper. While you're going to get that, they're right behind you, snatching you up, throwing you in a van.
Yep.
Or
they put a $5 bill.
Everybody looks at me weird because I look underneath my vehicle when I'm approaching it.
Right.
Because you don't know if somebody's under there with a knife that's going to reach out and slit your Achilles tendon. Because that's an old time maneuver that they did. So it's, always be, just like Chris was just saying, always be aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel. Something doesn't look right, it's definitely not going to be right. If something in your gut tells you something's about to go down, believe it, trust it, because that's one of your senses telling you that you're heading towards something that you want to be prepared for.
As we said earlier, you're your first line of defense. If you're getting too comfortable thinking that nothing can happen to you, in whether it's in your driveway, at a store, or anywhere you go, even at work, that's when it's going to bite you in the ass. I live in the country, but I work in the city. When I pull up to a stoplight or a stop sign, my head's always on a swivel. I want to see everything around me. Who's around me? What's
you're supposed
around
to stop at a stop sign?
What's that?
You're supposed to stop at a stop sign?
Well, I do a slow rolling stop at a stop sign. But if you're sitting at a stoplight, what if you get blocked in? What if you pull up too close to the car in front of you and another car comes in up behind you and then they get out and try to pull you out? What are you going to do? Because you can't maneuver that car anywhere.
In reverse. Take them out.
I would. If I had no other choice, I'd push the guy in front of me out of the way.
What if they're part of that group behind you?
It'll be bumper cars in the lane.
Well, I don't kiss, since I don't kiss somebody's ass when I pull up, at a stoplight. I'm hoping I'd have enough room to, do some maneuvering. But,
Number one, I'm going to let you know right now. Number one, keep a minimum of a half of a car length between your front bumper and the car in front of you. Bottom line. Then you have room to maneuver your vehicle. I drive a truck. I will push what's ever in front of me, unless it's a bigger truck than mine, like a box truck, trash truck, 18-wheeler. 18-wheelers could also be used for something bad. That's the reason I always have enough room.
Well, they say that you should stay far back where you could see their side mirrors, so that's plenty of room to stay away from the one in front of you.
Right. But the thing is, even while you're driving, you got to pay attention what's around you also. Do they have dark tinted windows? If they have black tinted windows, you can't see anybody in that vehicle. They could easily, roll down a window, pull a gun, and shoot you dead. And then take your car and your wallet or your purse or whoever's in the car with you. So you have to keep your eyes open at all times. Keep your head on a swivel. Bobby, that's pretty much all I got, man, unless somebody wants to add to it. Anybody have any questions or anything? Anyone? Hello? Am I the only one here?
You're the only one here.
I'm here. I'm listening.
See, they speak up when you say free beer.
Right. Especially Lorna.
Or in Lorna's case, Crown.
Right?
Yeah, or a White Claw.
No,
I knew that was coming.
I mean, I'm hoping that every time that we go over this, Chris, that our listeners are really getting the gist of it. Because, I mean, without participation, we don't know if people are really listening.
Right.
But we do, every chance we get, we do try to backtrack on these topics, just so that it kind of sticks somebody in the side saying, "Oh yeah, wake up! Oh I heard it. I heard that on this show before." Well, with the way that the country's going now, and where we're leading to, you have to be more cautious. I mean, we're finding out, well, I personally am finding out, through friends that, in my eyes, they really weren't friends.
That's right.
It could turn on a dime. And like Chris said, the best thing to do is to keep your circle small. Know that you can trust that person to back you up and cover your six at all times. And that's what's important about these meet and greets and face-to-face meetings that we're trying to throw out there all the time, because you want to know what kind of skills that person has. Do they have it, or are they just saying they have it?
And I've seen this a lot, Bobby, where, magnesium sticks, flint sticks and stuff. Oh, I know how to start a fire, until it comes down to time where they need the fire, and then they can't do it.
You're talking about me, aren't you?
No, I'm just talking to about people in general. I know how to fight. I know security. I know shelter building. Have you done it?
Not in a long time. I have the magnesium things. I do have to practice with them again because it's been years. But I also have matches and a lighter because I know I'm out of practice. The same thing with shelter building. It's like I've done it, but I haven't done it recently. And to be quite honest, I'm not sure where I would go to get the stuff to practice around here anyway.
You can do it in your own backyard. Do you have a small tarp?
What?
Do you have a small tarp?
Oh yeah, I can do it with a yeah. I've practiced tying a rope to one thing and then to another. Yeah, but I meant shelter building, like with in the woods with sticks and stuff.
That's a whole nother ball game. There are so many different types of shelters, whether depending on the climate and where you're at.
The one thing I really do want to practice this, now that it's getting warmer, is the smokeless fire pit thing. I've never done that, and that's one thing I do want to, practice doing, as well as the snares. I just wasn't doing it in the winter. I did practice using the. I did over the winter during a couple of really cold nights use the aluminum foil blanket, and it does work. It does keep you warm.
Well, what I'm talking about, I teach survival classes and survival training in the woods. I've had so many people tell me, oh, I know how to do this, I can do this, I can do that. Okay, I'm going to find out. People can tell me all kinds of stuff.
Isn't it hard to train imaginary people, though?
It is. It really is. It really is.
That's just a side joke, but he's correct. And anybody listening, if you want to learn, reach out to one of us.
I am always here to help people. Like I said, I've had people sit there and tell me that they know how to do all kinds of stuff until I tell them, okay, show me. Do it. Sorry, my dog is barking.
Challenge accepted.
The thing is,
Lorna,
if you don't, your matches or your lighter will only last so long. Then
correct.
What are you going to do?
That's why I said I know I need to work on the magnesium stick thing. I willingly admit that there are things that I may know how to do, but it's been years since I've actually done them. So I get what you're saying about the practice. That is very important to practice. Just because you know how to do something, if you're out of practice, you may not do it fast enough or the right way. Magnesium sticks I haven't used in decades. I've used them, I know how to use them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be very successful.
Well, the thing is, if you tell me you know how to do it, then you ought to be able to do it. Like I said.
Right.
Every skill that I've ever taught, whether it be fire building, shelter building, food gathering, right now we're getting into the summer. So if you happen to know how to do a snare trap, how are you going to keep that meat fresh?
Oh, I willingly admit I don't know that stuff. I mean, I know what to do, but I haven't done it. I book learning, yes. I can figure it out, but like you said, you don't always have time to figure things out.
I'm going to give you an example with what you just said. There are how many of these kids going to college spending thousands and thousands of dollars to learn stuff that's in books? When you're out there in a survival situation, You can read as much as you want. But if you don't know, especially in a survival situation in a hurry, that book ain't gonna. It's to me, that's what I'm gonna use to start a fire.
Right.
That's Tinder. In my book.
Some of the things I've been practicing, you know. Then over the winter, I didn't practice much of anything, but to make sure I was getting what I needed. And I planned on, you know, doing it this summer. Like I said, the snare trap, I've never done one before. So that's new to me.
There is a training video that I have posted on our Facebook page in announcement.
I'm not on Facebook.
Maybe
yeah,
I
Chris,
can
we got to start sending stuff to Telegram. That's the only platform she's on.
Okay. Well,
or YouTube. Get uploaded to YouTube. I mean, but I don't. Yeah, I'm off of social media anymore.
I thought Kim was putting that stuff on YouTube.
Well, I have the old YouTube link bookmarked. I subscribed to it, but there's nothing on it unless she's created a new one and just hasn't shared it yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to.
Kim needs it sent to her so she can add it.
I'm trying to keep my dog. She just wants my attention, so she keeps barking.
But did you hear me, Chris? Chris,
one thing, like I said, you have to practice these skills. I've done knot tying, two simple knots that I did a video on.
And
Lorna learned.
I did.
I was practicing those.
I did.
I was practicing the knots. Not for practice.
There was videos I could see how to do it.
Those two simple knots that I did on that training video, you can use for snare trapping with smaller cordage other than the rope that I used. 550 paracord works great.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Wire works good also.
Did you hear what I said, Chris?
What's that?
Kim posted that you need to message them to her so she can put them on YouTube.
Well, it's in the announcements. So how do I don't know how I would share that.
It won't let her take it from Facebook.
Oh, boy.
I think all you got to do is click on those three things and hit share.
Yeah,
and
that
then
might
just click on chat. Let me try it while we're on the show right now.
Okay. But everything that these training videos I've done, you need to practice. And as far as just because it's getting summer, it's also good to practice winter survival also. The same stuff that we talk about can happen in any weather, any season, anywhere.
Well, like I said, I did try out that space thing to make sure that works. But no, I haven't. I didn't do a shelter or anything like that. But I practiced that last summer, so I guess I probably should practice it again.
Well, different shelters for different types of temperatures and weather. I mean, there is so many different types of survival shelters that it's not even funny. I can't even name them all. You know, so different temperatures. Like right now, it's getting down to 42 degrees at night here in Illinois. Believe it or not, you can still get hypothermia in those temperatures. Just because it feels warm doesn't matter. You can still get hypothermia.
As soon as the sun goes down, it gets dang cold.
Hey,
Yep.
I got it in May when I was when I got in that bus accident.
Right. Just
I remember when I was
ground
living in
temperatures-
Vegas. In Vegas, during the day, it would go up over 100, and then at night, it would drop so much. It was like freezing.
Well, it was no different in Afghanistan, Iraq, or Kuwait. During the day, it was hot as hell, but during the night, it was cold. You have to dress in layers. Like I said, I keep extra clothes in my truck, in my vehicle. Anybody else have anything? Bobby, can you think of anything?
Not really. I mean, you know, again, to reiterate everything that we've been covering, you know, we have to, as a group especially, you know, make sure that our members and our communities are safe.
Right.
And that's what really gets me, that barely anybody's participating. Out of 700, almost 800 members.
You know, and what's aggravating is, just like on shows, it's always the same people on the air. Always. No call-ins, no questions. I mean, I feel like a lot of times we talk until we're blue in the faces, but, you know, are you ready for what we do talk about? Are you ready to be able to survive when shit hits the fan? Or any survival situation that comes up? Are you ready? I'm going to
be honest. I'm going to be honest. I mean, you know, I'm a novice, and though I've done a lot of this stuff in my younger days, and I've practiced a few of it, I'm as ready as I can be at this point. I am very good at remaining calm and, you know, and figuring things out and very quickly, and I am just going to have to, you know, go with what I have and do the best that I can. I'm not going to sit back and do nothing, but I'm not going to be worried because, you know, maybe there's one little thing that I don't know how to do, because I know enough that I don't think I'm going to die. You know what I mean? I know enough about shelter, about, you know, different things. You know, if I can't use the magnesium stick right away, I have enough matches and a lighter to get me a few ways down until I can figure it out, you know, if I don't have time to learn it before the shit hits the fan. But I just hope that there are people out there listening to what you're saying. Am I 100% sure? Hell no. I'm not 100% sure of anything. Am I 100% sure that I'm going to do the best that I can? Yes. And I have been listening to you guys, and I've made sure that I have what I need. I practiced some of it, probably not as much as I should. I'm not going to lie. But I have listened to you guys. You guys have been so helpful, and I sure as hell hope that other people's are as well.
The thing is, if you practice this stuff, share it with your family, your close friends. In survival situations,
I'm sharing.
In survival situations, and I know me and Bobby and Kim has been saying this for a very long time. A lone wolf mentality will get you killed. It's no
in my
different
situation,
than a pack of wolves.
I'm kind of stuck being a lone wolfer, not by choice.
Yeah,
a lone cougar.
I don't have a choice. I'm with Lorna. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you do. Everybody's got a choice.
Well, no, I mean, I'm alone. I'm a single person. I'm not, my family is. They think I'm completely nuts. I do have one friend. She's in agreement, and I talk to her and I share what I learn with her. But I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much, soloing it.
Okay. Then you need to get around people in your area.
Well, the people around in my area are just living little la-la land and don't think nothing's going to happen.
Well, then they're going to be the first ones to lose.
Yeah, and that's why I say that have no choice but to be a lone wolfer. Look at my neighbors. Well, we're not going to pack up and go anywhere. We're going to stay right here. You have enough ammo? Oh, I got a couple boxes.
Right. When I say lone wolf mentality, your bigger cities are going to be the biggest threats right off the bat. If you're in the country by yourself, you're more safe out there than you are in a city by yourself.
And in my community, I'll be honest, I don't plan on leaving my community unless I absolutely have to, because I'm in Amish country. I'm in country where there are hunters and farmers, and it's a very small, it's very diverse, but everybody gets along. We have very little problems. So, and that's why, unfortunately, a lot of them are blind and they're not willing to see what's going on. So, so that's why I said, I will stay here as long as possible. If necessary, I will, knock my sister out, put her in the car, and we go. But, my plan is hopefully, I'm hoping that the white hats, the good guys, are going to be in charge when the shit hits the fan, so that, things are going to be hard, but not to the point that I got to run and hide.
Or with what you just said, you're around hunters and Amish and,
right.
People that care. You'd be amazed how quick that would turn when you get hungry and thirsty. In a shit hits the fan scenario, you have no friends.
Oh, I'm prepared for myself. I guess what I'm saying is,
but
in the
people
city,
will take
you've got
what
crazies.
you have.
You've got nobody in the city. You have nobody that's prepared. You've got a bunch of crazies. Out here, people are prepared. It's just in their nature. You know,
Right.
so you have a longer, you have a longer hold time, so to speak. So that's why I'm saying, if depending on who's in charge and what the shit hitting the fan looks like, if I can stay put for as long as possible to get things, situated, because where are we going to go? That's another thing. Right now, it's like, where am I going to go? I have friends in other states, but how are we going to get there? And I'm not going to leave my family behind if I don't, if I can get them to come with me, even if it means knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of, plans within plans that have to be considered. Not just me, a lot of people. It's that, unfortunately, I'm willing to just put on the backpack that has, the absolute what I will need to survive for a few weeks and go. I'll do it if I have to, but I'm going to avoid it as long as possible.
The thing is, if you cannot force anybody to go with you if you have to bug out. Is it better with more than just yourself? Yes. But if you have to bug out, you better know where you're going. Routes, whether it be in a car, you can only get so far. You got to be prepared.
Right.
Be prepared to walk long distance.
And you definitely don't want to take main roads.
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bobby, anything else you want to add?
No. I mean, these shows, especially survival, are wide variety.
Very
and we
wide
try to
variety.
cover as much as we can, speaking wise, other than video, which I hope soon Blog Talk can figure out their problem with the Skype, because I think doing Skype shows.
Yeah,
no, I don't do Skype.
I have to,
because they're live and you can do and show while you're doing the show.
Well,
right.
I'd still just be listening. I don't do Skype. But
right,
you'd
still be able to listen just by clicking on the regular program that we put out. Letting people know that we're going live. It's just that those that do Skype can see it.
Right.
Well, if you're recording it and upload it to YouTube, then I'll be able to see it afterwards.
Right. Yeah, we plan on doing all that. That's why Kim's working so hard on the Defenders VII YouTube channel.
Is Skype just computer, or is that on phone too?
You could do it on phone too.
Yeah, I don't do Skype.
That's
I
fine.
just don't do Skype.
But I'm just saying, it just cracks me up because we've been doing these shows on Blog Talk for over 2 years now, and they still don't have Skype set up. They keep on telling me, they're working on it. Because I think we get a lot more people, especially members, to really tune in just to see it in action.
Right. There's a lot of, just like shelters, I mean, with a tarp, you can do quick, easy, simple tasks, fast. When it comes to good shelters, it takes time. you're not going to do it in 10 minutes. You can't.
No. Only me.
You know, so showing people on something like shelter building in the bush shelters, by that I mean woods, you're not going to be able to do that in one show. You know, basically we'd have to shorten something like that up because, yeah, it takes a while to actually do a good bush shelter. So, Bobby, that's pretty much all I got, bro.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we did a lot. I mean, like I said before, we don't have to run it all the way to the end of the 2 hours, man. I just give us that much because I know that a lot of our shows we do go into almost getting kicked off.
Right. Well,
and I know it's tough, and I know it's tough on you because you just got home from work, and you know, I do appreciate everything you do, and you know that. I tell you that all the time.
I know that, brother. I do what I can.
I know, and that's why we're brothers.
If one thing I can honestly say, if anyone has a question on any type of survival training that we have gone over, don't hesitate to ask. There's only one stupid question, and that's one that's not asked. And everybody has something to give to the Defender 7. We've always said that. Whether you know it or not, you do know stuff that can actually help. On that note,
yep.
I guess we're about done.
And even the handicap can pitch in.
Exactly.
Yeah, look at Lorna. She's mentally, you know, so look.
I also said, you know, I enjoy the information you guys give. It's very helpful. You know, I've followed a lot of it. Some stuff I knew incorrectly. So and some stuff I didn't know at all. So I know what you're saying, Chris, and I agree. You know, practicing and doing, but it's also good to know the information as well. Because knowledge is important. You can't practice it if you don't know it.
Right.
So I've learned a lot of different things so that I know what I do need to practice or work on. Like the magnesium stick. I have a couple of them, but they're a pain in the ass. So that's why I cheated and got a lighter and and got matches, and have them in waterproof pack. But you're right. I probably should be practicing more with it. And so I guess the more I practice, the more it's like this is really going to happen. So
if you're having problems using that magnesium stick, then definitely yes, you need more practice because matches and the lighters only last for so long.
Right.
And then what are you going to do?
And if Lorna can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, you cheated. You used gasoline.
I did not. That's all lies.
All right, y'all.
Well,
on that note,
I got a new backpack that I have to redo everything. So I'll have to make sure when I reorganize and everything. I'm also going to pack a couple of spare backpacks. Then I guess I'll just have to make sure and do my practice with the magnesium things. And my smokeless fire pit. My one niece, my niece will actually get a kick out of it. She'll even be willing to help me. She gets
There you go.
So, we'll see. So
bring your family in because it's very important that they learn this stuff too.
Well, the kids I can get to do it because it's something interesting, something fun, and they like doing things with Yaya. But unfortunately the parents. Yeah. Well, my nephew has Down syndrome, so he has a speech problem when he was a kid, and so when his sister was born, he was saying Aunt Rhea. She heard Yaya, so now I'm Yaya, which actually is Greek for grandmother. So
right.
I'm so happy about the grandmother bit. But so now everybody calls me Yaya. But seriously, I'll work with the kids on stuff. They'll get a kick out of it. So, but as usual, great show, very informative. I appreciate you all.
Yes, thank you for participating.
And thanks to all of our listeners also.
Yes. And Chris, again, thank you for taking the time to do it.
No problem, brother.
And I'll sell you a bill for my comedy act.
Yes, thank you for the laughs, Lorna.
You're welcome. That's what I do best.
And I'd just like to say God bless America, our children, our troops, first responders, our veterans, and God bless you, David and Darlene. And thank you for being with us tonight. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. And we'll be back here on Monday night with Colonel Kimberly PURVIS' show. And God bless the Defenders VII. Good night, everybody.